Hello, this is Catherine's Low Income Prepping / Survival. And today, what we're going to be talking about is three different things. I'm going to talk to you about some experiences I've had with fixing up my backpack as an inch bag. And it's just a minor thing, but you get ideas in your head and you think they're going to work out. And then you end up having to modify those ideas. It's sort of like being a scientist. They experiment until they come across a situation or a theory that actually works. So, all right, the other thing we want to talk about today is all these people going around shooting each other. People, don't you realize you're playing into the gun grabber's hands? They go, oh my God, we got to stop this. Even though more people die from cars every day, more people burn to death every day, more people do stupid things and kill themselves by accident, probably every day. But we don't try to ban stupidity, which we should do. But anyhow, Illinois is in a perfect example of that, and they're fighting it. Now the Supreme Court says they're not going to step in yet. They'll wait till it goes through the process and gets up to them later on. So this is going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so, there was an 18-year-old that had a gun and went around shooting people. A 12-year-old in the back of someone's car. And the guy that got shot, he was trying to work at his job. We don't know if they're from rival gangs, if it's just an idiot shooting another person. He was doing his job. He went out there and asked the person to quit peeing in the parking lot. And the older man who was arrested. And the kid had access to the AR. And when they got in an argument, the kid decided to shoot the person who worked at the chicken restaurant. That's pretty sad. That's another thing. People, we don't need to solve all of our problems with guns. All you have to do, keep the guns for the important stuff. Like when your life's threatened. When things are really bad, when you're going to need it. Anyhow, it's sickening to see what some people do. And now, part of the problem is children and even some adults. Excuse me, my ear is itching today. And my hair is dirty, so I apologize for that. People don't understand about respecting other people's property. Don't understand about respecting other people. And don't respect public decency. You don't go pee out in front. He could have went into the little thing where they have the garbage cans and go. And why didn't he just go inside the house? Inside the building for the chicken place. And then we got the teenager that went around that was 18 years old that was shooting people up. And then we got the guy with the baseball bat. I'm surprised they didn't say he had a gun. But they made sure on the NBC News that I was watching that they brought up about the fact that people are killing people more with guns. They had to throw that in while they were talking about, even though he didn't use a gun. He used a baseball bat. Hey, and there were little shovels were there. The ones that were spray painted copper or supposedly gold that were hanging on the wall. That shovel would have made a lot better weapon than a baseball bat, I feel. Well, anyhow, I guess he didn't think about that. That's what happens when people use stuff from the fourth dimension. That's what he said, that the government was using the fourth dimension to come after him. Again, let's see, what do I see there? Oh, psychological problems. So, we're going to have to outlaw or ban those bats, Yeah, so anyhow, and the usual diseases are floating around out there. Supposedly there's more of this fungus disease and bacteria disease that's going around. Even here in Georgia now, I guess in northwest Georgia. since I live in Georgia. Yeah, I try to keep up on things. Come on, people. Let's start taking care of each other. Remember to like and subscribe if you like my video. Watch it to the end and make your decision. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what you don't like about it. Mainly, like and subscribe if you do like it, because I intend to keep putting these out. I know sometimes it takes me a while between videos, but I am going to do that. So, in the backpack, I was going to use these Velcro panels. There's two of them. There's a hook and a loop there. And they come in a box like this. They're Velcro. And they'll hold 10 pounds. Alright. And what I was going to do is stick these inside my backpack to mount my rifle and my survival shotgun, which I have a 410 and a 45 long Colt, inside the backpack so that it's out of sight. In a survival situation, I could take it on the road, on foot, out to the woods. But it turns out that, thank God, the backpack I got, which was that Kelty 105, it has a pass-through out behind the pockets, and it has those big water bottle pockets. So I'll just go ahead and I'll get something that will slide in there to cover the gun, because it's stuck up way too far, especially the 410. But anyhow, it's got adhesive on it. It's supposed to be industrial adhesive. You peel off this plastic, as you can see the shininess. And what I ended up doing is fixing my partner's bag, because she has a 22 single shot. We'll use it for like shooting small game, and we'll put it in the bag. So I put two of those in along with a chair bag from a chair that we no longer have, but the bag's still good. And I intend to pull it out and spray it with waterproofing. And the same thing with whatever I get to go on the outside parts of my backpack. And hopefully I can get it in green and it will blend in. So when it's in place, people won't see them as much. In fact, I did put the rifle in, the lever action Henry, and I've got a pistol in 45, so that works out. It gives me a handgun and a rifle in one thing, and it's not it's not a semi-automatic sporting rifle. I was going to say, run a rifle, but so I got less than 10 rounds in it, when I use it. So hopefully that makes somebody happy somewhere. We live in a world where so many people are unhappy. So many people have their nose up everyone's butts. And I do use that word, butts. It's pretty bad, Now, I use the internet myself. I also do model trains, and besides survival stuff, and I buy things online. But anyhow, I went through my pack yesterday and found that out. And what I'll do is I'll use some of these two on each side of my bag, so I can stick the two bags I put on the outside. But I'll get ones that slide in. I'm going to go look at a gun store later that has a large store. They got bags and different things for guns and camping equipment and stuff over in Gainesville, Georgia. And I'm going to see if I can get a couple of things to go in there so I can get that set up, because it seems like things are dragging on. I want to get this done. I want to get my camping stuff done by August. I got like 6 more things to get and a couple of radio pouches for our radios. We got those Bufangs. And next year, I intend to buy some rechargeable battery packs to go on them that I can plug in either a cigarette lighter or to the wall. And then I can just go ahead and charge them. I also have a headlamp that's rechargeable, and I have a 7-watt solar panel that I keep in my backpack. So I would like to get something more around 30 to 40 watts, maybe 50, that folds up, that I can put in the backpack that will charge up our equipment, because the 7-watt one takes 3 hours, 3.5 hours sometimes to do a phone, and we got to keep moving it all the time. It'd be nice if we had a bigger one that put out a few more watts, maybe a couple amps per hour, maybe only an hour, hour and a half. And then we can, because I've got 2 phones, she's got 2 phones, and she's got a iPad. It'd be nice if we could charge all that along with our rechargeable batteries for our radios and our rechargeable headlamps. I also have a rechargeable flashlight over here. But anyhow, that's besides the point. I don't think I have a 12 volt thing for that. I might have to buy something that will work on it. So, I'm trying to put together a gear thing that's not only a camping backpack, but a backpack for an inch bag. In case everything falls apart, we can't stay in the apartment anymore. We can load as much as we can in the truck and go out to the woods. And then get away from the road. I realize I'll probably lose the truck. It'll get damaged or broken into or whatever. But get everything out into the woods to get it away from... I went and bought some maps for the forest and for the Appalachian Trail just to see what forests are around the Appalachian Trail. They're quite big maps, and that way I can figure out where to... Maybe there'd be a place somewhere we could go that's near one of the road crossings or something. If the world falls apart, there's going to be no real law. And, and the National Forest can stay 14 days, but if there's nobody come and get you. You see my dog, that's Bucky the Wonder Dog back there. He sleeps on his back a lot, and that's his blanket there. But, so... yeah, it's pretty sad that these people are doing these different things. And what about the war in Ukraine? We just keep pouring more money into it. And they're saying, well, people on Social Security or on SSI might not get their money. Well, I don't know what to say. We can sure send billions to Ukraine. And I understand why they're fighting the communists. And I still consider the Russians communists. I grew up with them being the Soviet Union. So, why don't we balance our budget, take care of the people that are here? And that brings me to the next thing. We have all these homeless people. We got to do something about the homeless people. We're letting all these people from another country and from many different countries come up across our border, and they're giving them a free ticket, and they're putting them up in motels and hotels and stuff. What about the homeless people all over California? Washington State, where I used to live. What about other cities? Why don't we, instead of putting these immigrants up in hotels, why don't we put them back on the other side of the border until they're processed and we decide if we're going to let them in? Let's make them walk through the gates. I'm not against them coming here. What I'm against is them illegally coming here. They need to go through a gate, get fingerprinted, get checked, background checked, need to stay there. Only takes what we can take in per day at a particular gate. Take care of them, and then send them off to somewhere. But for every one immigrant, we need to put 10 homeless people into places to live. We need to help them. We need to help the people with drug problems, with alcohol problems. We need to take care of Americans first. Americans pay taxes. Even if you're homeless, you pay taxes. You go to the grocery store, you buy gasoline for your truck or car, motorhome. You still pay taxes. Let's take care of tax-paying Americans. Let's quit saying the homeless don't do anything. They do. Even if they get SSI or they get Social Security, they still pay things. So come on, people. Let's take care of the people that live here in the United States. Excuse me. And let's limit the people that are coming across the border. Now, I don't want you all to think that I'm against people from south of the border. I'm not. When I was growing up and when I was working in security, one of my people I worked with all the time that I trusted to work with, he was Spanish. He was from Mexico. And one of my best friends when I was growing up, his family, I used to go there on Sundays. They were Catholic. And they used to invite me to eat and go to church with them. So come on. I was good friends with the whole family. I don't care what race you are. All right. Love everyone. Give everyone a hug. Have a good day. And good luck.